Good midday and welcome in. His knee is intact. His kneecap is not out of place. He's sipping on all sorts of good stuff this morning. The one, the only, the kicker, Mason Crosby.
Well, I'm not sure if my knee is actually intact. I mean, that thing's still a little wonky from all those playing, all those kicks I had to do in the frozen tundra up there. But awesome to see you back here, Mitch. I know you've been busy, man. I mean, morning shows, Bucks Media Day. I mean, it's nice to hear your voice and nice to have you back. But
yeah, it's good to be here. I missed you guys. Josh is great. Love Josh. He's the best. Got some bonus time with Andy Herman as well on Friday and Monday because I was on the morning show. But you guys are home. You guys are where my heart is. Man. I missed you guys.
Look at you guys
are the real.
We're just amazing.
Yeah. Check out Tommy rocking the Tigers hat and the Brewers What is that?
He does weird things.
What's
that?
Going on? It's a short sleeve sweater.
This is
what do they call that?
As one of Milwaukee's own, I root for the Brewers, but today I am Tiger Tommy as well.
Oh.
Tiger Tommy.
He's Tom Selleck, just younger.
Scooble's pitching today. That's awesome. Yeah, Scooble's awesome. The Guardians are a fun story right now too, but I would not hate if Milwaukee was not the World Series champion if Cleveland or Detroit won too.
Wow. You would hate if Milwaukee wasn't the world champion.
Correct.
But if they weren't, you wouldn't mind Detroit or Cleveland.
Yeah, I mean,
you're Midwest loyal.
100%.
Bleep you, Chicago. We're Midwest loyal.
Everyone but Chicago.
Yes, that's fair too.
Everything east of Chicago's
fine. Mace, how you doing, bud?
I'm doing good. Yeah, we didn't get to talk, you and I, about what happened on Sunday night. I mean, we were
all day Sunday in New York.
What's that? All day Sunday
in Farmingdale.
Ryder Cup.
We didn't get to talk about that
either.
Ryder Cup.
About.
Okay,
sorry. You already wiped it from your mind. You're like, forget that. I've moved on.
I moved on from that. I went and hit some golf balls today just to kind of flush it. Make sure that. Well, at least my game's going to be getting in order if the Ryder Cup's over. So, I got to work on some things. But felt really good. Had a good session out there.
Nice.
It was a nice little morning. Molly and I had a little morning date.
Nice
little thing about, a little 12 o'clock start. And hey, still taking care of these feet. I went and got a nice little pedicure.
Wow.
How do y'all feel about that? Do you feel okay about
Tommy,
pedicures?
over under. Tommy has had half a pedicure in his life. Over under.
I mean, you know the answer to that.
It's got to be under.
I have not. No, I have not. I am not you guys are not the first person to be paid by this station to bring that up to me, though. Drew Wagner, good friend of the show, is a huge mani-pedi guy.
Wow. Manicure too.
Oh, yeah. Right. You got to take care
of pedicure, but the manicure's too intimate. I mean, I feel like you're face to face with somebody.
And they are digging into your fingers. So I've had one manicure and it was like that hurts.
This is not where I thought we would go to start the show here. It's bye week for the Packers. So I mean, all right, we're going to be going kind of wherever we want to go this week.
But Mason, during your time with the Packers, what percentage of players would you say during season regularly get a pedicure?
I don't know. I mean, I'd probably get one once a month.
Okay, that's right.
Get feet massage. Yeah, just kind of get those nails trimmed
but not just you.
But that's more like date time with Molly. It's a nice time for us to hang out and have. That's Human Tuesday.
But
Tuesday was big pedicure day.
But aren't there certain players who do it as part of their health regimen? Like taking care of your feet's a big deal.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's probably a higher percent than you think, but then it's also if they're not going and getting a formal pedicure, you're going in and getting massages and things like that, So that's basically the part of the pedicure that I enjoy the most is whenever you're just laying back and it's foot and calf massage. Oh, felt amazing.
I did the opposite of a pedicure today, and I showered with no shoes in a gym shower. So I think that's the exact opposite.
Yeah, you're gonna need something. Yeah, get that checked out pretty quick.
Just the exact opposite.
You might want to take a full bleach bottle and just pour it over your feet later.
Yeah, you know what we haven't done in a while, Mitch, is checking on Tommy and his dating life.
That
was like the first part of our show last year. Was all October, early November was all about Tommy's dates and dating life. Well, how's it going, Tommy?
Part of it is because he had the other job, and so he was meeting all sorts of eligible bachelorettes.
He doesn't have time now.
Not so much in this building,
Girls at the gym, though. I mean, you might find somebody.
I was just having this conversation with Mitch about how we were talking about this the other day, too, on the gym etiquette of it's basically a bathroom, eyes forward, leave a space, right?
Yeah. On the treadmill. I didn't know that was a rule, but okay.
Yes,
Mitch Nellis could not have agreed with me more on that rule of it's the exact
and I was on
same.
the elliptical for 50 minutes last night, but it's like there's like 6 ellipticals where I go, and there at the end there were 2 people next to each other. I don't know if they knew each other or not, but I'm not going next to them.
Right.
Like I'm leaving a space.
I think yes, I think it's completely.
Man, I must be spoiled for all of those years.
Right.
Just like
but you were also working right. You were working out with your teammates.
Yeah, no,
so like
exactly
that's a different relationship
who you're running
than
with,
random dude at the gym who stinks.
Don't look. Put blinders on.
Yeah, exactly. So no, we don't get anything feeling out right now quite yet. I am I'm pretty busy here, but I'm getting used to this new schedule, and I think that personal life could be on the horizon with what we got going on here. Nice. So I'm adjusting like everyone else to noon to 2, and I think that like once I'm done at 6, like the night is young, right? So exactly. I'm not worried about going to bed as early anymore. I've been waking up no alarm. That's awesome.
You talked about how
That's pretty nice.
how important that is for your mental health, and that like when that got a little messed up over the past few months.
Well, year. I mean, to be fair, like I made it to like 7:30. I can do no alarm. Before 7:30, I need an alarm. It feels like most of the time, and that was the last year. I am usually up around that time, but I think that this new schedule is going to be very beneficial for everyone. No pedicures in the future, but who knows? Maybe
get yourself a girlfriend and you'll take her, get a pedicure. You get a girlfriend and you say like, hey, let's go get a pedicure. I mean, she's a hook, line, and sinker right there.
That's true.
We did hire like 42 more people, and I'm still the only single guy here working here. So everyone else married. I think the station should probably have like an in-house masseuse or something. I mean,
I like that.
Y'all are there so much. You're standing work maybe
if you were in studio
once a month I come in.
If you were in studio every day, that would happen. So
this is a perfect segue, Tommy, to talk about your what you're doing, since you said your schedule's a little different, but you are doing a playoff preview show, right?
Yeah. So
so tell us about that.
5 to 6 for the remainder of the week. I kind of love the format of the fan post game show, where it is built in as something where it can be broadcasted every day, but it can also be blown up any day because we want to have some special coverage. So me and Drew Wagner all week will be doing the playoff preview show here from 5 to 6. That's going to be fun. Brewers, we'll talk about them later on in the show, as well as postseason play starting already. Runner on second here for Detroit in the first inning.
Single in an error for the Guardians. Are you watching that?
Didn't pick the ball up.
No,
I'm
just missed the ball.
So I'm excited to do that. We'll have some sound on. We have a lot of good things planned all throughout the week to preview Brewers baseball heading into the postseason.
Well, in a long workout today, it'll be interesting to see what Murphy does with the team, because Murphy's talking at 1:30. They're practicing from like 2 to 5:30, and Murphy has said he's going to make awkward. You know what? Let's talk about this next segment.
Yeah.
Shall we? All right.
Yeah. Let's dive in. Let's dive
into our favorite thing, right? Power rankings.
Yes.
Let's go.
Whenever power rankings are in the segment, I know that Mitch is back in studio.
Yes. Yeah. I cannot wait.
Loves those power rankings.
Love power rankings here on the Mason Crosby Show, presented by Verizon, the official 5G network of the Green Bay Packers. And the latest ESPN power rankings, and everybody's power rankings are out. And we have the opportunity to look at the power rankings. Obviously, the Packers were 2-0. And when they were 2-0, most power rankings had them anywhere from 1 to 4. I think 4 was the lowest. Some people had them as high as 1. Well, you then go to Cleveland and lose, kind of a weird clunker. And then you go to Dallas and you tie. You're now 2-1-1, which is just a special record.
The record's just messed up for the rest of the year now.
It really is. Where should the Packers be in the power rankings? With the acknowledgement, I think, that Buffalo and Philly are both 4-0. Like, they're 1-2. Whatever order you have them in, there's no debate. There's no questions. There's no anything. Like, 1 and 2 are the easiest picks in the world, Philly and Buffalo.
Yeah. Isn't it wild, too, though? It's like Ravens were obviously a top 5 power ranking to start the season, and they are just a disaster right now.
Yep.
I love the conversation. I'm sure you love this, too, Mitch, whenever it's like, if the playoffs were to start today.
I got it right here.
I hate that. I hate that so much.
Started today.
The Packers would be in.
The number 7 Packers would be at the number 2 49ers. I'll take, you know what? I'll take that matchup. I'll take it right now.
For sure.
I'll take that right now. 7-2 at the 49ers. I would take that right now.
Let's go.
And then you get a warm up for the Super Bowl because you're playing in the same stadium.
Yeah, let's just start the playoffs now. Like, it makes sense. Why do we play so many games? Like, I hate that. We're gonna be hearing that for the next 14 weeks. If the playoffs were to start today, where would your team be? Oh gosh, it's such a joke.
Yeah.
Well, do you want to hear the latest ESPN power rankings and then discuss from here? So the Packers, we'll start with 1. Okay. So the number 1 and 2, as you said, it is Philly and Buffalo, respectfully. Detroit at number 3.
Hold on. I love you. Did you say respectfully?
Respectively.
Okay. I thought I heard respectfully, and I know you know it, but sometimes we just say words. And so I respectfully was just wondering what word you said.
Okay. With all due disrespect.
There it is. Yes.
Detroit is at 3.
Detroit's at 3. Okay.
Wow.
LA Rams at 4. Chargers are at 5.
No.
Tampa Bay at 6. Kansas City is at 7. Packers 8. Seahawks 9. Colts round out the top 10.
The Chargers are 5. They just lost at the Giants.
I'd still put Colts over the Chargers right now.
Yeah.
Like, Colts lost to a good Ram. If you have the Rams ranked that high, like in all ways, they should have beat the Rams. I mean, Mitchell drops a ball going into the end zone and then gets a holding call when Jonathan Taylor, they're 2 touchdowns that didn't count.
Yes.
From that game. I mean, that power ranking's a little skewed in my opinion, especially because the Colts were on the road as well. Rams are good.
Rams are fine. Rams are fine. They're not special. They're not that good. They beat Tennessee. Big deal.
Nicolay Law fan talking
they
text
played
line.
some tight ones.
Yeah.
414-677-1250 if you want to join the show. Packers rankings seem high, low, or just right now at number 8 because personally, you know how I feel about the Chargers. Like, them at 5 right now is just
a joke.
Completely ridiculous.
That is disrespectful to the sport of football.
When the Buccaneers lose 31-25 to the Eagles, who are the clear number 1, and the Buccaneers are now 3-1, you are better than the Chargers, who lose 21-18 to the Giants.
Who's 4?
At number 4, it is the Rams. That is also.
I'd have Tampa over the Rams.
I think so too. I think Tampa
Bay
if you have
the Eagles as the top seed, then you got to put Tampa up there a little bit higher. Yeah, I think
like Lions over Tampa. Okay, I can deal with that. I don't know if I love it, but I actually might even have Tampa 3.
Lions are coming into form.
They are.
They're going to be scary down the stretch. I think.
Right. I mean,
the Packers. We talked about that, right? Like Packers getting Lions early. I know Tommy, like y'all were a little concerned, like playing those types of teams right off the bat. But I mean, like that was the best case scenario right now because how they're playing right now. I mean, that Thanksgiving Day game is going to be.
It's going to be. But right now, who would you have higher, Detroit or Tampa? Detroit's loss is at Green Bay. Tampa's loss is at home against Philly.
Yeah, I'd have Detroit over.
All right, so Detroit 3, but I think
because you lost at home.
Yeah.
You lost at home too. So,
but don't we think Tampa should be 4 here?
I think they should be above the Rams. Yeah.
Yes.
They should be
above the Rams and above the Chargers.
And above the Chargers.
Dude, you know what? Is there some LA?
But where they have Kansas City 5?
They had the Chiefs at 7, one above the Packers. That is the only team with a worse record above the Packers.
And there's a bunch of 3-1 teams. There's a bunch of 3-1 teams that are below that.
I think Packers beat the brakes off the Chiefs right now.
I think so.
Yeah. Yep. Like I don't think the Chiefs could do anything offensively against this Packers defense.
414-677-1250, the Nicolay Law fan talking text line 414-677-1250. John is in Franklin. John, you're on the Mason Crosby show. Thanks for jumping on, buddy.
Hey, you bet. Thanks for taking my call. Sorry for my voice, man. You know, we just flew in from Dallas yesterday.
Oof.
Spent the day, good chunk of the day in the airports. Flight got booted, terrible. But what a what a weekend. And
so that means airport bar is what you're saying. Is that?
There was I had 3 hours to kill. What do you,
yes.
What are you going to do?
Straight. I tried to play it straight, but when that morning flight became an afternoon flight, that was it for me.
I hear you.
I gotta, Mason, I really want to pool your brain on this. I think that any ranking right now in the top 10, 5 to 10 range is fair, because I thought I had a good handle on this team. I expected this team's offense to get itself straightened out, even if we were down the 2 starting offensive linemen. I figured LaFleur would scheme around that. We were prepared for it. But what I was not prepared for was the way our special teams, outside of the kicking and punting, which is fantastic. But I've been upset about Versace for a long time. I don't get on big rants about it because I know he's highly acclaimed. But I don't know if this is something that the Packers can fix. But Mason, these special teams have been a long-standing problem for this team. And any game we play moving forward, our special teams is going to be under the microscope from other teams, and we're always going to be at a disadvantage because just about every other outfit's special teams are going to be ranked higher than ours.
Yeah, no doubt. No, that's a good point. And I think it's block kicks and no return game. I mean, those are probably the 2 things that I would look at right away. You don't have a dedicated punt returner. I mean, you got Matthew Golden out there spinning like 5 yards from somebody and just getting blown up when he had some space.
I don't like that either, because what happens if he gets hit and taken out? We're already down one of our feature receivers.
Yeah. I honestly, during the bye week, that would where I'd be scratching the surface. I'd be looking to see if you can't add a DB or some sort of position player that can also return the ball. Just someone fearless back there that's going to get the ball in their hands and at least get you 5 to 10 yards every time they have an opportunity. I mean, that's all you really, all you can really hope for is try to scratch that 10-yard punt return area, and then anything out after that is just kind of gravy. You're not going to always expect more than that. But yeah, the block kicks need to get cleaned up, and they're gonna look at that really heavily. The bye week couldn't come at a better time for this team, and I agree with you with the power rankings. I do think that the Packers have 2 better wins, and they have a better win against Detroit. If Detroit's ranked 3rd, then I think Packers should at least be ranked in the power rankings. We take it with a grain of salt above the Chargers, I would think.
Yes.
I mean, Chargers lost to the Giants.
Right. They lost to the Giants,
and
man.
You still would say the Cowboys are a better team than the Giants. So it's you should put the Packers ahead of them.
Yeah.
Do you think that's fair as well, John?
He just jumped off here, but I want to just bring up his point here on the last over 10 years now of PFF special teams power rankings.
Yeah, it's been bad.
In 2013.
Don't read all those, because I was those are all my teams.
Okay, when Mason was on the team,
you were making tackles.
30th in 13, 31st in 14, 14th in 15.
Ooh,
so you had a baller year there.
Baller.
32nd, 30, 32, 24, 29, 31, 26, 28, 32, 30. That goes all the way from 16.
Mason, what the actual
25.
hell?
Yeah.
What the actual hell?
I don't understand.
How's that even possible?
Well, they just don't dedicate resources.
Is it bad? Is it bad personnel? Is it because they're so young that all the young people suck?
You brought up a really good point yesterday when you said special teams is all about care and effort, right? Yeah. Where it's you have to care and you have to try to be on special teams. Yeah. And then you also then brought up a point with Rich Bisaccia, how he tried to advocate for more starters and more official.
He fights tooth and nail for that.
Do you think that's a problem? Because wouldn't you think that Edgerrin Cooper, just for instance, I can't remember who's a starter that's on. Let's just say Tucker Kraft, right? Tucker Kraft isn't a guy that necessarily I would associate with this, but is there a possibility of, hey, I'm on the starting offense? This is not the starting offense, right? So in the back of your mind, you could see a player thinking that this isn't as important as starting offense, and you're already promoting less care. You should have guys like Tyron Hopper who are only getting their chances on special teams to showcase it, to care, and put forth more effort. Actually think it's a terrible idea to have more starters. You should have more guys who are fighting to get on the field on your special teams unit, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, that is a good point. I think in Green Bay, what happens a lot is you see some of those guys, like the guys that aren't starters, and they're out on special teams. Someone gets hurt, they get bumped to the starting position. Now you're bringing in somebody who hasn't been doing all the special team stuff, and all of a sudden now you have a multitude of different guys playing different positions on special teams because of injuries, of different things, moving pieces, all of that stuff. Like just those offensive line injuries probably has affected the field goal block team or the field goal protection team, right? Because those offensive linemen, now you're shifting guys around. Elton Jenkins playing center. I actually, it's bad on me. Like I haven't looked at if he's on that field goal protection team, because as guard, he was always on that field goal protection team. But as center, they don't want his hand on the ground. They need to protect his hands a little bit more. So they probably don't even have him on that field goal protect team. And he's one of the biggest, most physical guys on your offensive line. Like you need him protecting kicks. So that is a unique thing. And yeah, I think Green Bay, for lack of better words, it's too cushy up there. They just kind of say special teams is beneath us. We will not grind. We will not do all this. And I know that's Bisaccia is probably his biggest complaint when I was there was just y'all have it too good here. Guys don't want to do that, the hard work and that hard stuff.
But Mason,
to be there. But here's the thing is, yes, there's a lot of top teams that have good special teams, but a lot of times some of the worst teams in the league have the best special teams as well. So, you take it with a grain of salt too.
But to be elite, don't you need to at least be competent? Doesn't it? I mean, we saw it Sunday night when you're kicking off and you're giving the other team the ball at the 45 every game, and you're starting at the 20. That field position does matter, doesn't it?
I did not understand why we kept taking a knee in the end zone.
Yeah.
If the ball, I guess it bounced. So it's just return it. If it bounces in the zone,
right, just go.
Or play up to the 5-yard line.
Right.
Right. And it's try to field those things. I don't understand that. That to me is coaching or just a player not doing his job.
Well,
right?
They would have taken him out if they would have said that that's not how they have approached it, because he did it 4 or 5 times.
Coaching. Yeah,
so stupid.
If they're knocking the ball into that zone and it's bouncing in the end zone for to get the ball at the 20, you have to attempt to return, or you have to adjust how you're doing things, right? That to me just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I agree. It's frustrating. It's something that we're going to continue to talk about all week long and try to figure out. We are going to talk some Major League Baseball when we come back. We're going to look at the brackets, make our predictions. The Tigers have a 1-0 lead in Cleveland in the top of the second right now. Tariq Skubal was super nasty in the bottom of the first. So we will continue to keep our eye on that game. And, of course, the Cubs and Padres first pitch at 2:00. We've been talking football here, though, and Sports Talk on the Fan is presented by Paramount Plus. You can't count on much, but you can always count on Sundays with the NFL on CBS and Paramount Plus. Watch your local NFL game live every Sunday all season long. Visit ParamountPlus.com/NFL to get started today. Our Major League Baseball playoff brackets next on the Mason Crosby Show.
Oh, yeah.
Hi, everybody. My name's Mitch Nellis. What's yours?
This is Mason Crosby, and I think do we have someone else here? Is that Tommy TK Wirtz?
What? The Kmart man Wirtz?
We got a new bump rotation, so I thought I'd try it out.
Well, and every other song
Did they just
I've heard,
play it for us?
So every other song I've heard from it is like 90s hip hop, and now this is some weird Pharrell remix, I'm sure. Am I wrong?
It has to be Pharrell.
It's got to be Pharrell, right?
It has to be Pharrell.
Any weird 90s like wonky remix.
He did Happy and every weird song after that.
No more Pharrell on the Mason Crosby Show. Thank you.
No. This is the Mason Crosby Show presented by Verizon, the official 5G network of the Green Bay Packers. Like I said, I'm Mitch Nellis. Like he said, he's Mason Crosby. And like we both said, he is the Kmart model, Tommy Wirtz. Hi, Tommy.
Hi.
The playoffs are underway. We are through 2 innings in Cleveland. Detroit Tigers lead 1-0. Tariq Skubal, is he the best pitcher in baseball?
Yes.
Or is he number one?
Well, Paul Skeens might have a conversation, but Skubal is right up there too.
It'll take more than this series for him to really get on the radar nationally of casual fans. Do you think there's a chance that if Detroit wins a series and they go on to who would they play? They play
Detroit. I can read the whole postseason picture right here if you guys would like. So
Are we doing are we going to do a show like bracket? I'm like looking at this like bracket deal. Like,
we should do one as a show.
Yeah, set it up
like that we agree on.
Yeah, set it up
so that if it's 2-1, majority rules.
Yeah, I like
majority rules.
So let's do one as a show. But I also think that the 3 of us should have our own
against
challenge.
each other.
Yeah,
I agree. I agree.
First of all, do you guys know the presenting sponsor of the baseball postseason this year? It is so random.
Toyota.
No.
Charleston Chew.
That would be
it's is it
the
beef stick like a
beef stick Slim Jims?
Slim Jims, yeah. Slim Jim would be a great
one. The company that went bankrupt giving Kawhi Leonard $28 million.
It's actually
better help.
Better help.
It is a
Tree Health.
It is Adobe. So random that it's
Adobe.
As an audition. Yes.
Most people know Adobe
Premiere,
right?
Pro,
Adobe with their PDFs.
Yeah, it's random to me. But it was Strauss last year. Remember that was the thing on all there. So it's Adobe this year.
I wonder if there's a new challenger in the PDF world that Adobe feels like they need to knock down a level.
We got to put some money in these playoffs so that
Adobe's like our software can make brackets if you guys want it. So
I feel like it'd be like PDF Dragon or something. It'd be a good one.
I'm not falling for that. I'm not
any dragon company. I'd be all for.
So baseball postseason already kicking off. Like we said, Detroit and Cleveland is underway. That is the first matchup. The Red Sox and Yankees get to go at it in the wild card round of the American League to round things out there. The National League wild card round is Reds, Dodgers, and Padres, Cubs. Right now, this is the 3-6 game going on with Detroit and Cleveland.
Yep.
I am loving what the Tigers do. I think Cleveland just is hot right now, which could also be beneficial, but I think that Detroit might have something like hungry behind their losing out on that AL Central title. So my vote is for the Detroit Tigers in Series 1 here.
Interesting. Okay. They have the best pitcher, and it's hard to go against the best pitcher. And
in a 3-game series.
Right, in a 3-game series. So I as well will go with Detroit.
Well, I'm going with Cleveland then.
Okay. All right.
I'm just looking at their. I'm looking at their. Did you not look back at their past matchups? I mean, Cleveland has dominated Detroit.
They have.
Yes.
Here in September, especially.
Tommy, do you want me to record these? Are you recording these? What do you want me to do?
I can do it. We can record them. Yeah. All right. I just think that this is actually a really fun series, and to have it at noon every day is also great.
Yes.
Cleveland does have some awesome pitching as well. That's kind of what got them there. I think they went the last 20 games of the year without allowing two earned runs or more in their starting rotation, which is why they actually went berserk at the end of the season. Boston and New York, I know, Mitch, you probably are leaning with your Red Sox for this series in the wild card standings.
Again, I'm going to go with the best pitcher, and the Red Sox have the best pitcher in a 3-game series with Garrett Crochet. So I'm going to go with the Red Sox.
Should we just rock with the Red Sox for Mitch's sake here?
No, please don't.
Well,
you guys
As a team, yeah, I think if it's our team bracket, I can go with the Red Sox. I was going to pick the Yankees.
So take the Yankees.
Well, then I'm going to take the Yankees just to ruin Mitch's hopes
dude,
and dreams.
I mean, Tommy, you knew you're taking Yankees. I mean, this is the ultimate Tommy versus Mitch matchup right here. Yeah. I mean,
I was rocking with the Yankees all last year.
I'm giving you guys both the Yankees.
All right, well, we're going Yankees then.
Yep,
I think that I like what homers play, right? And they're playing in that little league field with cheating bats, and they're going to probably hit a lot of homers.
And a cheating right field fence.
Correct.
Yes, I agree.
Dodgers and Reds, are we going to get our first unanimous here on the Dodgers? I don't know if I really think that the Dodgers are going to fall to Cincinnati. I mean, I'm kind of rooting for the Reds. I think it's a fun story now, but I just think the Dodgers are going to overpower them.
Yeah. I mean, Dodgers are losing that series.
Dodgers,
Padres Cubs, I think, is going to be the best series in the wild card round.
This is a heavyweight matchup in the first round.
Yes. Very concerned because the winner of that will take on the Brewers. And I think the Padres are a team right now that I believe
this ump is called 4 straight balls on pitchers that have been in the zone.
I'm thinking the Padres can win the World Series. I really do. I really think that they're that talented right now, and a team that's been to the NLCS recent enough. And the Padres scare me, and I think they're going to get to play the National League Central after they've been battle tested in the NL West all year.
I'm taking the Padres. I mean, I just think the Padres are better. I think the Cubs are not that good. I think their pitching's not that good. I just don't think the Cubs are, I mean, they're playing at home, and that energy and that momentum can get going. But I think San Diego's better.
I agree with that take for sure. I'm probably different because I know Tommy said this before, but I want to see the Brewers and Cubs play.
I do too. I want the Cubs to win.
Yeah, I want the Cubs
to win because the Cubs are worse than the Padres.
Exactly. I want the Cubs to win so the Brewers can just stomp them out and have that over them going into the next thing. I think if the Cubs win and the Brewers just dominate them, that propels them to. It gives me better odds for them to make it to the World Series and have a chance to win.
Yeah, I think you're right.
I just think that juice will be there. So
who are you picking to win the series, Mace?
I mean. It's tough because I want the Cubs to win, but I do think the Padres are a better
I'm giving you the Padres.
I'm picking the Padres.
Yeah.
Then we get to our Booking.com divisional series. Yep.
Is it?
I'm going to book my flight to Nashville right now.
That's them. That's them going against. Is it Verbo? I always thought it was VRBO, but it's Verbo. They call it Verbo.
Well,
Expedia.
If you're looking for the next bed and breakfast to hit up during the divisional series, Booking.com, I guess.
Nice.
It is then the winner of Detroit-Cleveland. I went with Detroit going up against Seattle, and then the Yankees going up against the Blue Jays. I think both number 1 seeds in the playoffs are just so vulnerable is the word I guess I would use because I don't know. I don't buy into this Blue Jay hype, Mitch. I really don't. I don't know if that's crazy or not, but I think that both Boston or New York, either one takes care of business against Toronto.
I actually I don't think Boston or New York are very good. I think they're just okay. I know New York got hot at the end and Toronto got cold at the end because Toronto's leading that division the entire year. Do we
want to fill out the whole bracket, or do we just want to do this wild card and then we talk about those division games next week once we know the things and we pick those winners?
It's up to you. I mean, we
can run it all the way out, and then obviously we'll have to discuss because whoever wins, it's going to change the whole thing.
It will.
All right. So you like Tommy has Blue Jays out. So whoever plays them out.
So you're taking the
Mariners going through though?
No, I'm taking Detroit again.
Yeah. So you have to take the Yankees going over Blue Jays.
Let's just go to the semis and then we'll wait for there then. All right. I'm going Detroit and New York are going to the ALCS.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay.
That's an underdog story.
Yep. And I'm going Seattle and Toronto.
Okay.
I'm going with the favorites.
I mean, I like Seattle and Toronto for sure in that.
Seattle and Toronto as well for Crosby.
I was going to go Yankees. I do think Toronto could lay an egg, but
they could.
Yeah, I think they're good. They're a good baseball.
Then in the CS, give me Dodgers Brewers. Why not rematch 2018? I'll rock with Milwaukee, of course, and then the Dodgers. I think it would just be an awesome series if they get to run that back from 2018 again. Dodgers Brewers in the NLCS.
So you got the Dodgers beating Philly.
I do. I think it's an advantage to play in the wild card round.
I think it can be.
I really do.
Right.
I really do think that.
It depends what your team needs. Does your team need the rest, or does your team need to get hot? And I think with the Dodgers, if their pitchers pitch the way they can the next 2 days, they're just going to they could cruise over Philly. I could see that.
Yeah, that's true.
I've got the Brewers. I'm really torn on Dodgers Phillies.
I know. Me too.
I think I'm going Philly. All right, I've got Philly, Milwaukee.
I'm rolling with Tommy on this one. I'm going Brewers, Dodgers.
Okay.
And that's going to be an awesome series. That's going to be so great that happens.
Do we want to keep going, or we want to stop there?
Let's stop there.
Let's stop there.
I like that. Yeah, I think that. So my final four is New York, Detroit, LA, Milwaukee. That's what I got.
Okay. Mason and I have Seattle, Toronto, and Milwaukee.
Yep.
But I've got Philly, and he's got LA.
Yep.
So
all right, it's a mixed bag.
I like it.
Yeah, let's
go
do it.
Tigers.
Yeah.
Go Tigers.
Whoa.
We should have picked Brewers to get knocked out, so maybe they have a better shot.
It's true. You're not wrong. That's a good point.
I'm terrified of that Padres.
I know.
I'm terrified. Absolutely terrified of the Padres.
No, I think we all should be.
Yeah, they're going to be a good team, and they're going to be getting hot as well. They were the only team going into the postseason, along with Cleveland. It felt like getting hot at the right time. So the Padres scare me for sure.
Yeah, that's gonna be a fun one. Honestly, I am hoping for a Cubs Brewers match.
I'm too. I just
want to see the Brewers.
For Drew Wagner's sake, what we're supposed to root for is Brewers Cubs, Reds Brewers, Tigers Brewers, because then he can drive everywhere and doesn't have to fly anywhere.
That's true.
So,
but I'm not doing anything for Drew Wagner.
No. I love it. That's right, Drew. Why don't you go get another pedicure?
Seriously.
Yeah,
unless I'm coming with him and we're gonna get pedicures.
Ooh, I think we are planning a field trip. Drew texted me. He wants to take Tommy for one.
All right.
So yes. I'm in. Let's go.
Oh, that would be excellent.
Yep. This is the Mason Crosby Show presented by Verizon, the official 5G network of the Green Bay Packers. You can reach us 414-677-1250, 414-677-1250. That's the Nikolai Law Fan Talking text line. We're going to talk a little Giannis coming up. Giannis talked yesterday from Greece. Why was he not at Media Day? Well, he has COVID, Mason. He's got COVID. He's stuck in Greece. We will talk about that when we come back right here on the Mason Crosby Show on The Fan. Hey, everybody. Mitch Nellis here for my friends at Underdog. Had another nice night last night. Garrett Wilson, that late touchdown really carried me to some victories when he went higher on his yards. Playing on Underdog is easy. Just pick whether your favorite players will go higher or lower on stats like rushing yards, receptions, touchdowns, and more. Sacks did not work well for me with Trey Hendrickson last night. I will be honest. Just download the app today. Sign up with promo code ThunderMKE to score $100 in bonus funds when you play your first $5. That's promo code ThunderMKE. Underdog, make picks, win money. Must be 18 or over and present in Wisconsin. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/play and get terms _DFS_.html for details. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org. Let's all play the MLB playoffs together tonight. And, of course, the NFL will be back before you know it. While we're busy dusting our shoulders off, this is the Mason Crosby Show presented by Verizon, the official 5G network of the Green Bay Packers. Mason, how you feeling?
I'm feeling good. Yeah, what time is it? Oh, it's 12:50. All right.
Whoa.
We are rolling.
We should do something special every day at 12:50.
That was a great idea.
Yes.
I heard that.
Right? Because we are 12:50 AM, 105.7 FM. And we're not on at 10:57 anymore, though I guess we should have done something at 10:57.
I mean, you know what I'm going to do is just
take a nap.
Because we don't have anything. No, I'm going to rip salts.
Oh,
yeah.
Do you need Tommy? Come on over.
Mitch, take a salt.
I'm not doing it. No, not doing it.
And then just going to brush the shoulders off. We're going to rip salts and brush the shoulders.
I like it.
That's amazing.
Salt rips at 12:50 every day. Join us if you want.
Oh,
bring it. Let's go.
It's not terrible.
I like it.
Yeah,
I like
that's fair. This is the Mason Crosby Show. We've talked some power rankings, the NFL. We have talked MLB playoff bracket. Tigers continue to lead 1-0 after 3. Tariq Skubal is absolutely nasty. Did you see the second to last hitter, Mason, where he threw the changeup and the guy's helmet fell off and he basically fell over? Noel, the Christmas guy, just absolutely dominant out there in Cleveland, going to the top of the fourth. I was at Fiserv Forum yesterday.
Yeah.
And
how was that?
It was okay. It used to be way more fun. Media day
enjoyable.
No, media day used to be where all the players would be at a spot and you could go around, you could get some one-on-ones with them. You actually they used to read liners. So they'd be you could get Miles Turner saying, "You're listening to the Mason Crosby Show on 1250 AM and 105.7 FM, The Fan." You can't do that anymore. But not only can you not do that, there's no one-on-ones. It's all press conference style. So it's super generic. It's a little more, it's a little better than a post game because everybody introduces themselves and then the players mostly are in good mood. So they're like, "Hey, how are you?" And we had Amir Coffey who came over from the Clippers and Cole Anthony who came over from the Magic, got to introduce themselves and it's their first time meeting the Milwaukee media. But it's just it just doesn't feel the same.
Just a little stale.
And honestly, it's for me, I'm a big fan of every press conference. Every time we get to talk to an athlete or to a coach, it's for the fans. Sure. I don't care that I get to go to the Brewers press conference and talk to Pat Murphy. I'm going to ask him a question that I think the fans want to know because I'm the conduit between.
That's the way I'd say. That's how it should be.
Right. And I feel something's lost by the Milwaukee Bucks doing media day this way. And I think it's not just the Bucks. I think it's NBA wide that they do it now where it's I remember Thon Maker, and nobody remembers Thon Maker, but Thon Maker was this 6'10", 6'11", gangly player coming out of high school. He was from Sudan, but he was also through Australia and Canada. And he was maybe going to be the next Giannis or maybe a bust, ended up being a bust. But I remember he came over and hung out and we were telling him all the good places to go eat in Milwaukee.
Nice.
And he was just an engaging young 19-year-old. That was it. We don't get to know anybody anymore.
Yeah.
And it's I did not like the setup.
It's a missed opportunity. Yeah. Just get them ingratiated with the fan base and with the media and let everything kind of just, be a little more comfortable and confident, heading into the season. Yeah. That's definitely a miss. It's a bummer, but you do have some good Giannis sound, right? And
we do.
Stuff and he's still in Greece, you said, which
he's
is
still
wild.
In Greece. So John Horst came out and said, Giannis has COVID and that's okay. Then it took 4 or 5 questions later to so is Giannis in Milwaukee or is he still in Greece? And he's still in Greece, which
what's he doing over there? I mean, is he not just hanging out with his family?
Well, that's what I was wondering because doesn't his oldest one or at least his oldest, maybe his oldest 2 are in school by now? Don't you think he would have been here already for first days of school?
I don't think I don't think they're worried about that.
Or was he here for that and then he went back to Greece for a little while? I don't know Giannis's travel schedule, but that was interesting that he's still in Greece. And he said as soon as he tests negative, he's going to travel.
Okay.
So he did say that. But he was asked by a good friend of the show, Dario Melendez, who you just did here on 9 to Noon with John Kuhn. Apparently they're stealing our guest now. No, I'm just kidding. We're all friends and we all share.
We can share, I guess.
Yeah. But he was asked is it true, the reports that during the offseason, you think about, your future and if that's in Milwaukee or where you want to be. And I thought Giannis had a really good answer.
No, of course, yes. This guy's every summer this truth, to every report. The same thing I'll be saying my whole career. I want to be in a team that allows me and gives me a chance to win a championship. And that wants to compete in a higher level. I think it's the service to basketball is the service. To the game. To not wanting to compete in a high level, to want your season to end in April. So it's pretty much the same. It's not the first time. I had the same thoughts. Last year I had the same thoughts. 2 years ago I had the same thoughts. 5 years ago, 2020. So it's never going to change. I want to be among the best. I want to compete with the best, and I want to win another championship.
Love what he said there. And Mason, let's get back into this at 120 because we do have Ryan Wood coming up next from the Green Bay Press-Gazette and from USA Today. But we'll listen to that again at 120. But we wanted to give everybody a taste that Giannis, yes, is exploring options. Giannis wants a ring. He wants to be somewhere that's going to win. He wants it to be in Milwaukee, but if it's not Milwaukee, he wants to win another championship.
Yeah. Which every great player should. Yep, I love it.
So we will talk about that at 120. Ryan Wood, by Ryan Wood, Green Bay Press-Gazette, part of the USA Today network, will join us next here on the Mason Crosby Show, presented by Verizon, the official 5G network of the Green Bay Packers. And Mason Crosby's on the Mason Crosby Show, and Mitch Nellis is on the Mason. We're all here.
We're all here. Family's back.
It's beautiful.
Mason Crosby.
It's time for the Mason Crosby Show with Mitch Nellis, presented by Verizon, the #1 network in Milwaukee, on 1250 AM and 105.7 FM The Fan, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook, and on the free Odyssey app.
Welcome into hour number 2 of the Mason Crosby Show. I'm Mitch Nellis. He's Mason Crosby. He kicked in the NFL, and I once went to an NFL game. That's about right.
That checks out.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
You've probably been more than one.
I have.
Right?
I was actually at the Antonio Freeman game.
Oh, nice.
The Monday night game where Al Michaels went nuts. I was at that game. That was a good one to be at.
It was your 32nd birthday or what?
Mason, you got the show.
Silence.
I'm gonna go beat the crap out of Tommy.
Welcome back, Mitch.
Yeah,
Welcome
thanks. Joining us,
Tommy's been on one, man. We gotta watch him. He needs a girlfriend.
I don't hate it.
Doesn't feel good. It feels kind of weird. It's my first time going through a tie. It feels weird to play a full game in a tie. So it's definitely tough. Like you said, I think offensively we did some good things. I still think we left a lot out there. I still think there's some drives that we didn't execute well. I think obviously the end of half situation, turning the ball over and putting them in a scoring position. So I think there's a lot of stuff we left out there, but
wasn't good.
As offense, to be able to keep battling, keep answering. And
44 seconds left on the clock.
21 when they had the last play. Take a knee, bro.
But I still think there's so much more out there that we just got to keep executing.
There is so much more. That, of course, is Jordan Love after the 40-40 tie Sunday night in Dallas. Joining us now on the Mason Crosby Show. He's on the Fan Guest Hotline, powered by Gruber Law, the one, the only Ryan Wood. Hopefully he had some safe and easy travel back from Dallas. Ryan, thanks for jumping on the show.
You know what, guys? No one cares about me, but I will say this. There is no worse experience in the NFL than road game at night that ends in a tie, which means 70 full minutes, and then you're catching a flight the next morning. So I took yesterday to be a zombie, but I'm back. I have risen from the dead, and it's good to be with you guys.
Well, you deserve it, Ryan, and thank you. And I'm glad you got some rest yesterday. You do deserve it.
For sure. I think we all deserve something yesterday, because that's what ties are, right? It's just everyone deserves a tie. It's just like handing out participation trophies at this point.
So Mason, I know that we remember the last Packers tie that happened before this. It still wasn't a Clay Matthews roughing the passer penalty, for the record. I still
what a joke.
I'll never understand that penalty. But it's been a while. And isn't this just kind of the perfect, as much as it was unexpected, as much as nobody came into Jerry's world thinking it's going to be a 40-40 tie, there's no better way to explain what this team is through 4 games than a tie. Like, they are perfectly mediocre. There are moments of brilliance. There are moments of greatness where you're like, yeah, that looks like a Super Bowl team. And then they go and lose to the Cleveland Browns in Cleveland, which, by the way, got pummeled by the Detroit Lions. So it's not like the Browns were some hidden gem that were waiting to be discovered. No, they're the Cleveland Browns. And then you go to Dallas. You have a great offensive performance. And I have no idea what that was defensively. A week after your offense in Cleveland looked inept and the defense held the water. This team is, at this point, this NFC, it's an arms race. I mean, it's a loaded conference. Oh, yeah. And they are treading water going into this week 5 bye. Not where they're supposed to be. That's not what was supposed to happen.
For sure. Yeah. And, something like from my experience that's concerning, and I know a lot of people are concerned about the special teams in general, but blocked field goals. Like I've been like 2014 year? Yeah, 2014 year. They come in bunches. It's just like once teams see that they can block a kick against a unit, like that effort goes up on that field goal block team every week. So you have to nip that in the butt like really fast. Like that has to be eliminated. You got to go 2-3 weeks without a block kick, because if not, like every team coming to face this Packers are going to have their hair on fire. They're going to dial up some sort of, ricochet type deal on those field goal block teams and try to get to those kicks, because now it's 2 weeks in a row and they've been in critical, like not, the one that happened in Dallas isn't a critical moment, but it changed the whole complexion of that game, blocking that extra point and then taking it back for 2.
Mason, that blood in the water feeling that opponents get, it's weeks 3 and 4. There is a long way to go to already put some blood in the water and let opponents feel like, I mean, is there any doubt the Cincinnati Bengals, they're going to come into Lambeau Field with Jake Browning. They know if they're going to have any chance to be
that's their only chance.
go block a kick. But hey, guess what? They can, because that's what the Packers do. They have to get that fixed. The special teams has been abominable, and it shouldn't be, because Daniel Whelan's a fantastic punter holder. Brandon McManus is a fantastic kicker. Matt Orzech's a fantastic snapper. They have a battery here. They should be so much better than what they've been. But if you don't do the little things, if you don't know that if the ball lands in the landing zone and then rolls into the end zone, the touchback's at the 20, not at the 35. And let me ask you this. Why was Keyshawn Nixon the kickoff return for overtime when the defense's day is probably done? Why was he not back there? Why do you put the rookie back out there for another attempt when he's struggling to understand the situation? Keyshawn Nixon's an all-pro. Like, what is Keyshawn Nixon doing on the sideline in that moment? How is that not his return? I don't understand.
Yeah, we talked about that. That's great that you brought that up, because I'm not sure why they don't have them lining up at the 5 or 10 yard line. And then it's like, so they can get to those balls if they're trying to hit those hole shots. And if they kick it a little deeper, you back up and you catch it. I mean, it's like, that makes no sense to me, to line with your heels on the goal line and then not be able to go and field those balls and have a chance to get a return whenever they're hitting it in the landing area. It's they got to get that figured out, and they got a week here to do it. My question to you too, like as we talked about, 44 seconds left in half, they're up 13-2. Do you like the decision to try to find something and go get it, or do you just kneel that thing out or run it a couple times, see if you can get a few yards and see what happens? But you're shaking your head. You didn't like that decision to do anything in that moment.
It's funny. Hand on the Bible here. When Matt LaFleur called that timeout, I turned to my colleague in the Cowboys press box, Pete Doherty, and I go, what the hell are they doing? Like, what are they doing? As soon as, like, what are they doing? What, they think that they're going to, with a makeshift offensive line, with 21 seconds left, with at least 30 yards to go, they think that there's a realistic possibility of getting points here. Only bad things can happen. And then the first play, they come out, and it's a false start. So now it's 35 yards to go at least. It's still 21. There's no plausible path forward here. Yeah. I have no idea what they're – no.
It's like you get a false start right there, and you say, all right, we're done, right? Yeah. Like
I would have done it. I would not have called the timeout. After that check down to Tucker Kraft, I would have let the clock bleed. You're up 13-9. Go in there and regroup after finally giving up a touchdown, having the extra point block, just regroup with the lead and come out. But certainly after the false start, like certainly at that point, that's just the writing on the wall. Sometimes the universe gives you signs, right, to help you along the way. A false start at that moment's a sign. Take the sign. Get to the locker room.
We're just doing straight dropbacks. I mean, that has to be an ego thing. I mean, that's just like an ego thing. Like we're going to try to get point. We're going to try to show everybody that like we can move the ball and score right before the half ends, or Cowboys are getting the ball back, all that. It's like, but it just shouldn't matter. I mean, at that moment, like the Packers were dominating the Dallas Cowboys. Like it was not the game that it ended up being. And those moments just allowed the Cowboys to get a rhythm and find hope and find a path to get that tie. Because if you go into the locker room 13-2, like I just don't see a path back for the Dallas Cowboys at that moment.
And I get why Matt LaFleur felt very confident that his passing game could move it up and down the field on the Dallas Cowboys. The Cowboys' passing defense is like taking batting practice. Like that's what that is. It is not good. But you have to also understand the situation. There are 21 seconds left. You have a long way to go with no timeouts. And, oh, by the way, you're down 2 starters on the offensive line. Something bad could happen there. It's one thing to be confident. He had reason to be confident. They marched it up and down the field on that defense.
For sure.
But you have to know the moment.
No, I totally agree with you. So what do you see as like the biggest thing, Ryan, that they need to like kind of figure out and address here in this, during this bye week? And then, facing a Bengals team that, again, probably their only chance is doing what the Browns did, what the Cowboys did, blocking kicks or, taking advantage of special teams errors.
By the way, how bad were they last night? I mean, I know the Broncos have a good defense, but, man, the Bengals were brutal last night. Yeah.
I can't imagine that they lose that game, but
let's not say that anymore.
I can't imagine, but man, you never know, right? I mean, other than special teams, right? They have to figure out special teams, point blank, period. That is on its own island of issues that need to get fixed. Other than that,
we've been saying, hold on, Ryan, we've been saying that for 10 years, though.
I know.
Like, they obviously don't care. They obviously don't care about figuring out special teams. Like, and why this is such a mess every year.
Go back to the point in time when Rich Bisaccia was hired, February 8th, 2022, less than 3 weeks after the block punt that ended the last best chance to win a Super Bowl for this team, right? Against the 49ers in the divisional round. That is the pretext to which he became the special teams coordinator. Since then, they have missed a critical field goal in San Francisco in the divisional round that could have made all the difference. It's not the only reason they lost that game, but it was a big reason they lost that game. They finally have a battery here, but now, last year in the regular season finale, they don't cover the right side on a punt, and the Bears just kind of waltz down the sideline because there's nobody there. A punt return touchdown, blocked field goal to lose the game in Cleveland, blocked extra point to swing the game in Dallas. Like, has it actually gotten better since February 8th, 2022? Like, am I missing anything here? Because it just seems like the same.
It is, yeah. Some of those things, like whenever you really lay it out that way, we're seeing a lot of the same things. And I think it is. I think it's a philosophical issue there in Green Bay. It's the type of guys you're bringing in. I know, obviously, when Bisaccia got there, he brought in his guys from the Raiders, right? He brought in Lovett. He brought in Keyshawn Nixon. He tried to bring in the types of players that are going to be dogs on special teams, right? And do that like kind of gritty, tough stuff. Lovett got hurt a bunch. Keyshawn ends up now being the starter. And now it's like they just have not replaced or brought in guys that are going to say, I am a special teams like ace, and I am going to lead the way with this. I mean, if you look at the Patriots had a guy that played special teams for them for 15 years. And he was like one of the highest paid, special teamers for a long time. And he just showed everybody, this is how we play special teams. Like, you need somebody on that. And the Packers just don't put an emphasis on having that special teams leader that is going to take that, take them to that next step. And it's a philosophical and a cultural issue that has obviously been on there since I've been there. I mean, 2014 was the year we read down that, we were 14th in ranking, and that's the best in the last, 11 years?
Well, and every other year is 26th or worse.
Yeah.
It's not like even mediocre. It's bad.
So taking the special teams aside, because I think universally we agree that is the biggest issue. Yeah, I think that this, I can't help but notice the symmetry here. Week 5 bye. Who was the team that had a Week 5 bye last year after a very underwhelming start to the season? The Philadelphia Eagles. Right? They were 2-2. They had just lost 33-16.
Let's go.
Ryan Wood. They had a Week 5 bye, and then they won their next 10 after the bye. And by the way, they also won the Super Bowl, obviously. So I'm not saying that this team will do that, but this is an opportunity to regroup in the same way that the Philadelphia Eagles did a year ago. And to do that, I think this team has to understand that there's a difference between having great talent and being a great team. Micah Parsons joins this roster a week before the season, and there were already expectations here with Jordan Love going into his third year as a starter, Josh Jacobs back, Xavier McKinney's an all-pro. There were expectations. You add Micah Parsons, you have elite talent, and I think that all of us, I know myself, we all just kind of assumed that elite talent would translate to elite team, that would correlate, and it hasn't. Because oftentimes the Philadelphia Eagles, they lost a Super Bowl before they won one. Oftentimes you have this rite of passage that you have to go through before you get to that level that this team has not gone through yet. They have the talent to beat anybody. They have the talent to win a Super Bowl. But they have to go through that rite of passage and understand what kind of team do you want to be. And that means showing up and executing. It means being situationally aware. It means not killing yourself. It's all those little things that make a great team, not just the talent. And that's, I think, where this team is.
Yeah, I totally agree. We got Ryan Wood on the Mason Crosby show, as he is usually on Mondays, but tough night there in Dallas, and had to get some rest yesterday, which I totally understand.
Little nappy nap. Nothing wrong with that. An afternoon nap is a wonderful thing.
Oh, I love an afternoon nap. I'm missing that at this 12 to 2 time slot. This is good nap time that we're missing out on. But I got my salts and I got my juice here. But Ryan, yeah, I just obviously the pathway lines up, and we can't overreact. I mean, they're 2-1-1. Everything. Luckily, a tie is against an NFC opponent. Their loss is against an AFC opponent. Like, everything is still right in front. So let's look at this first quarter of the season, and it's like, okay, it is what it is. 1 or 2 home games, dominated home. Let's figure out that recipe, and let's find a way to go on the road and be a better football team. So what now, after seeing these 2 games on the road, is there a part of this schedule that concerns you a little bit more? Now I look at that Cardinals game a little bit closer than I did probably a month ago, where I'm like, that Cardinals game is going to be a hinge point for this team. Like, can they go on the road and beat a decent team down there in Arizona? Do you look at that the same way?
Until they show it on the road, sure, any road game, I think you can approach with some trepidation. But for me, I don't know that Kyler Murray can repeat what Dak Prescott just did. Dak Prescott had a masterpiece performance when it comes to mitigating a pass rush with quick release. I mean, he was on point every single throw. He knew Micah Parsons was coming. He's not holding the ball. And then he made his throws. That doesn't seem like a Kyler Murray to me. You know what that kind of seems like? That seems like Aaron Rodgers. That seems like a guy, okay, Aaron Rodgers is going to go into that game knowing he can't extend. He has to catch and release. And we've seen him do that before. At times he's been maybe a little hesitant to do that. He likes using his legs. That's his play style. He is as good as it's ever been at extending plays. He's not going to be able to extend plays at this stage in his career against that pass rush. He's going to know that. And when he has, I'm thinking the 2014 run, right? The playoff run where he had that calf injury. He could not move. And he was just lightning when it came to hitting. I wonder how that matchup's going to be. I've wondered that for some time. But after seeing Dak Prescott, I think that's going to be a very fascinating matchup if Aaron Rodgers is able to just catch and release, read the defense, pre-snap, and just move the off. That's the one that I'd be concerned about.
Ryan, I have one question for you here, too, on how different could the Packers look after this bye week? 2 names in general, Christian Watson, Marshawn Lloyd. Any update on those guys?
Marshawn Lloyd, we do not know. As far as Christian Watson, though, he is now entering the open practice window on IR. So, and he has expected to be able to practice when that time comes. Now, obviously, no practice this week. It's the bye. However, when he comes back from the bye, I would expect to see Christian Watson on the field. It's going to take him some time, not even after being activated off IR. I mean, it's going to take him. He hasn't played football in a very long time, had no training camp, had no offseason. But certainly by November, you would think that he's going to be back in football shape and making a difference on this offense.
I love it. Yeah, I think I think this team has. I think your points about Dak Prescott were awesome. I mean, he was. I mean, he's signaling to his running. He's changing run plays. He's just kind of running that. I think the Dallas Cowboys could win maybe all of their home games, right? Like at home without a crowd, like without all the noise, they look like a different team than whenever they go on the road. So with that offense, I don't think this Cowboys team is as bad as as we probably all thought. It's kind of the same thing offensively, like Detroit's defense the week before. They just came out with a great plan and just had they were able to execute at a high level. And but the Packers also gave them two scores right before half. So the Packers have to eliminate that. And that's my concern with them going on the road. When you go on the road, all those details have to get really locked up, right? Like you can't false start. You can't, have stupid penalties. You have to do all the mental things at a higher level. And so my question to you on that front is, do you think this team is just still a little immature in that, going on the road and being able to handle all of that noise, all of that travel, all of those pieces where they just, the distractions and all of those things cause these little mistakes. And obviously that comes from the top down, in my opinion. So like just your thoughts on like how this team handles that. And like, is there still an immaturity there as far as going on the road and getting these big wins?
Well, Mason, think of this. 2 straight weeks now, the Packers have gotten the absolute best shot from their opponents. 2 desperate opponents. In Cleveland, they're going against a Browns team that is desperately trying to avoid going to 0-3 because they know that in this league, 0-3 is a death sentence. So they're bringing everything they've got. They're playing with desperation. And then a week later in Dallas, like for all that we made of Micah Parsons' return to Dallas, his homecoming, the Dallas Cowboys were very aware of that too. They had something to play for. They had something to prove. There was a desperation from Jerry Jones on down. Anyone in that organization that has any sort of affinity for the owner knows, okay, let's try not to get this guy embarrassed. Like they're playing for that, right? And that's not an excuse for the Packers that they had the best shot from 2 straight opponents playing through desperation, because they failed to match that sense of urgency. Like they clearly did not match that play style, that desperation that is required in this league to take care of opponents like that. That's what when you talk about deciding what kind of team they want to be, they believe they can be. That's where it starts. It starts with that type of urgency and desperation, that type of play style. That's what they have to show the rest of the season. Will they? I have no idea. But yeah, that is a maturity thing. That is something that they need to be able to bring week in and week out.
I agree, Ryan. You said it exactly how I was thinking, is that this championship caliber teams are desperate, regardless of the favorite or not. They are just like desperately trying to win games. And this Packers team needs to find that inside them, where it's like they are the hunters. They are desperate to go out there and get a win, regardless if they are, 20-point favorites. Like, you have to be hungry to go get that win. And I want to see that. And you saw it at home, those first 2 games. You saw it at home, but you got to see it on the road. You got to see that desperation where it's like, we will be sharp, we'll be focused, and we're going to go out there and find a way to win.
Look at the Philadelphia Eagles right now. Saquon Barkley is averaging 3.1 yards per carry. It's up to like 40% of his snaps. The defense has at least 8 defenders in the box. Like that, the book is out, right? They know this is how you got to beat Philadelphia. They're 4-0 anyway, right? Yep. They blocked a field goal to win a game against the Rams. They
had 0 pass yards in the second half last week. Is that what I saw?
Yeah, that's
crazy. The very next week. They might not have had it there, but they open against Tampa Bay with a blocked punt for a touchdown. They're finding all these ways to win games rather than lose them. And it sure seems like the Packers have found some ways, maybe not to lose a game last week, although, boy, 1 second left. I mean, they got lucky at the end. If that ball does anything other than go straight to the ground, they lose that game too, right on the throw in the end zone. But they're finding ways not to win games. And that's the difference between a great team and a team that's not great yet.
Ryan, thank you so much.
Sure.
Thank you so much for your flexibility, for jumping on today. Glad you caught up on some rest yesterday. Any plans for the bye week? Are you still full on, or do you get a minute to take a deep breath? And who are you adopting in the Major League Baseball playoffs, knowing that your team is I'm sorry, I didn't make
Let's go Reds. Let's go
Reds. Anybody but the Reds. Goodness.
Yeah. I was going to say, he's not cheering for the Reds.
Well, you can't pick the Brewers after they screwed you, right?
Take the Brewers over the Reds.
Well, here's all right. First of all, I was very glad that I was in Dallas and didn't have to pay that close attention to the autopsy. That was painful.
Thanks for not showing up on Sunday, Mets.
The one good thing is that my team doesn't have to beat my kids' teams. Now, my children were barely bored when I moved here in 2014 to start covering the beat. They are Wisconsin kids through and through. They are huge Brewers fans. Yeah. And so I will be, because I love my children, I will be on the crew. It's a rare chance the Mets are out of it.
For the kids.
I'll take their team. Go Crew.
Yep, for the kids. I love it.
All right, nice.
All right, thank you, Ryan.
Appreciate it, Ryan.
All right, take care, guys.
That's Ryan Wood, Green Bay Press Gazette, USA Today Network. Follow him on Twitter @ByRyanWood. Thanks joining us on the Fan Guest Hotline, powered by Gruber Law. One call, that's all. We played you a little taste of Giannis before the top of the hour. We're going to play a little bit more of Giannis, John Horst, Wes Edens as well before we get to the top of the hour. We are through 5 in Cleveland. It is tied 1-1. The Guardians and the Tigers are tied 1-1 in the first game. And we're just about half an hour away from first pitch at Wrigley. I know that's the game we'll all be watching, not because we like the Cubs, we dislike the Cubs, but because the winner will play our Milwaukee Brewers.
That's right.
This is the Mason Crosby Show, presented by Verizon, the official 5G network of the Green Bay Packers. We're in the Fan Studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Yeah, Tommy! This is the Mason Crosby Show presented by Verizon, the official 5G network of the Green Bay Packers. Again, our thanks to Ryan Wood for jumping on the Fan Guest Hotline, powered by Gruber Law. One call, that's all. I'm Mitch Nellis. Tommy Wirtz is here, and the one, the only husband of Molly is in the house.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah,
no.
that's
I don't even know what she's doing right now. She's just out running around.
She golfed this morning, right?
No, pedicures this morning.
Oh, pedicures this morning. And then you went to the range?
I went to the range after.
Freshly pedicured?
Freshly pedicured, yeah.
Do you golf barefoot then?
I mean, I didn't get my toenails painted.
I'm just
do you get your nails painted whenever you go to get a pedicure?
No.
Okay.
No.
But
just
felt good. Nice massage. My feet felt good.
I assume she got her nails painted.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I think she got like a nice Cabernet color.
Oh, to match her favorite wine.
Yeah, she's so on brand.
What color is Cabernet?
It's like a deep red.
Yeah,
deep maroon.
A ruby red.
Yeah. I get
No, not ruby. It's more like
it's more like a maroon. Almost.
Garnet.
Yeah, garnet. Yeah.
That doesn't help me.
Ryan Wood just joined us, and his colleague Pete Doherty of the Green Bay Press Gazette will let us know if it's time to panic over the poor special teams performances. Ryan Wood gave us a little hint about that. Pete is going to join Sparky this afternoon at 4 for more Packers talk on Wisconsin Sports Daily, served up by Wendy's on 1250 AM and 105.7 FM. The Fan. We were discussing before we talked to Ryan Wood a little bit about Giannis, talking about his future and the Bucks' future. And Mason, before we play that sound, I don't know if we want to play it again, but I think we certainly want to address it. You know, the question was there any truth to the rumors that you kind of reevaluate your current situation over the summer? And he said, yes, I do that every summer. I did that last year. I did that the year before. I did that he didn't say when we lost in the bubble, but he did say in 2020 when they lost, when they were the number 1 seed. Like, isn't that just his due diligence? Like, shouldn't he be reevaluating year after year what he wants to do with the rest of his career? And that we all know he wants to win so badly.
Well, he's earned that right. I think anyone in his position, he knows wherever he goes, whatever he does, he's going to get max contracts. He's going to get all this, the stuff. So now in this point in his career, he can say, like, yes, I want to win a championship. I don't know how many years I'm going to keep playing. I don't know how much longer this is all going to go. So let's go and win championships. If we're not pushing for that, like a player of his caliber, like that would feel just heavy. It just would be a weight on you all the time.
Yeah.
Saying like, this doesn't feel like we're trying to achieve something better than just getting a contract and making money and playing this game of basketball. So he's earned that right.
Yep.
Early in his career, he probably couldn't, he couldn't say that. It wasn't like he couldn't say like I'm always evaluating where I'm going to go because I just want to win championships. Like you have to earn that right, and he has done that with his play, bringing a championship to Milwaukee. Yep. Like he knows what it feels like, and as a competitor, that's what you want. You want to go after that. If that's not his mindset, then it's like he probably shouldn't keep playing, right? So like it's like if you're not chasing championships. Because there are guys on the Brewers or on the Bucks team, on other NBA teams that are getting a career started, and they are just like, I will go wherever someone's going to pay me to play.
Right.
Like that's the other side of that coin. So he's saying to his teammates, to the organization, to the fan base, that he's dedicated to winning a championship, and that everyone surrounding that organization needs to have the same mindset that he has, and that like going and like just playing well and playing the games isn't enough. We need to be pursuing and chasing championships, or I might have a different decision to make next summer, right? Like, that's kind of what he's trying to tell everybody.
And I think as Bucks fans, like, we get tired of Shams and the national media harping on this, but I think like locally, we know that Giannis and his family love it here. We know we know they want to stay here, but exactly. It's a positive that he is pushing the organization to do better, to be better. And they talked about it a lot yesterday. And 2 years ago, today was the day Dame landed in Milwaukee. It was literally September 30th, 2023, that he landed in Milwaukee. And you can't say the Bucks don't go all in, that they don't go for it. I mean, we may not have liked the Chris Middleton for Kyle Kuzma trade, but they had to trade Middleton for something. That one also didn't work. But now with this new combination of Miles Turner plus a bunch of younger guys, they talked a lot yesterday, Mason, about wanting to get quicker, faster, push the pace more. Where Dame and Giannis last year were kind of walking the ball up, but Giannis wants to play faster. Dame, that wasn't necessarily his forte. That they are looking forward to what they can do on the court, knowing that Tatum and Halliburton are both hurt. Cleveland's good, the Knicks are good, but the Bucks can compete with these teams.
They also surrounded him with players that are not ball dominant.
They're complementary.
Right. Yeah. So now this is a Miles Turner, a Cole Anthony coming in during this time. Like, they don't need the ball in their hands. They don't need to score. Giannis is going to have every opportunity this year now with the current roster built around him to be in control of the game and have the ball in his hands whenever he wants. Now, comments like that and the roster constructed like that, does it sound like that's what he wants? Does he want someone who is more like a Damian Lillard with a ball dominance in his hand? I don't know, because when it was a championship caliber team, Chris Middleton wasn't necessarily a guy who wanted the ball in his hands.
No,
but
he was not ball
he
dominant.
was also going to get his shots up.
Yeah.
And Drew Holiday, a very good distributor and playmaker and defender, not necessarily the same energy, I think, as any player that's been on the Bucks since then. But there was complementary pieces that also not afraid to get their shots up during the stretch, it felt like, too.
Yeah, and I think a guy like Giannis, like, would you rather him go up there and be like, I'm happy to be here. Like, I'm happy to be here. I'm glad that I'm in Milwaukee and that we have a chance to go play some basketball games this year. And I don't really evaluate my career. I don't really want to chase championships. Like, if we win one, awesome. But
no, we want somebody. We want somebody who wants hungry. To win.
Yeah. Yes. Because like, those emotions can fuel great things, right? So he is speaking it into existence that, like, the goal is to win championships. That's it. Like, that is it. Like, the money's there, all the stuff is there, the accolades are going to be there, but he wants to win championships. And I want that as a leader on every team that I've ever played on. You want someone that's going to be is willing to go out there. I don't think he's just speaking for himself. He's also saying, I evaluate it all. Like, I evaluate the organization. I evaluate my teammates. Like, we are all needing to push in the same direction, or it's not worth it for me.
Well, and let's hear what else he had to say about his expectations for his team and what he likes about his team this year.
My confidence is in all-time high right now. I feel really good about myself. I feel really good about the team. And I'm excited. I'm excited to be there. I really believe in this team. We're young. We have energy. And I think there's a team full of dogs, guys that they know the role and going to try to do the best to fit into the role and try to help this team be great. But I think we're a very, very dangerous team. My confidence is in all-time high.
Yeah,
and I think there's a team full of dogs. I think there's a team full of dogs. Yeah,
this is where Shams tweets out Giannis is a cat person or something here. There's
do you think they're foot long or 6-inch dogs?
They're not John Kuhn dogs. They are just like the Mason Crosby show. They are a team full of dogs.
A team of dogs.
I mean, you got you standard dog. Everyone knows, right? Like, that's if you come by with only one player full of dogs, the first comment John Kuhn has.
On my plane, I'm going to take two.
Yeah, like you can't just have one dog on your team. You got
I'm going to take two.
You need at least two dogs. You need at least two dogs on your team.
Not just one standard dog. We got two dogs.
Make sure that you have a plate full of them.
Now, you drop a little 6-inch hot dog on my plane. I'm going to take two.
Every time you guys play this, all I can think of is I want to go to Costco now.
I'm going to take two.
I'm going to take two.
But Giannis is excited. Giannis, and I'm excited to see this team. I think this team has a lot. He says dogs, but a lot of young athletes who want to get after it. Guys want to get shots up. Guys going to shoot threes. Guys going to open the floor. I think Miles Turner is going to be fun to see what he can do on this team. This team's got some. This team's got some vibe right now.
Key thing he said for me was
Tommy.
role player. Like, guys know their roles and they know how to play in this. Like, this team is going to be a team of guys that know exactly what they can do, what they do well, not expecting anyone to get outside themselves. Because last year, right, when Dame got hurt, when guys got hurt, Middleton was traded, like guys I think were thrown into roles that they were trying to do more than what they felt comfortable doing, right? So, like, now it's just like this team is built around Giannis, bringing in Turner. Like, now it's like we know our roles. Let's feed Giannis. Let's let him get his points. Let's let him dominate. And then we will just play fast and, you know, and basketball the way that we know how to play at our highest level. So that is like in sports, that is what you hope for. Everyone knows the role. They don't play outside of themselves. Even if you're the elite player, don't do more than what you're capable or expected to do. Just go to that max spot and stay inside your role, and great things will happen for this team.
There was a little bit of a weird situation yesterday where Wes Edens talked about how he had talked to Giannis in June, and Giannis had reiterated that he wanted to stay in Milwaukee. When Giannis was asked about that, he said he didn't remember that conversation. I think the way it was asked to Giannis, I can't remember who asked it, but I think it was asked to Giannis is like, you had a big meeting with Wes in June and you talked about, and I didn't think it was that. Like, the way I thought it was is that Wes is like, hey, like we were in Greece together, or we were in Lake Geneva together, or wherever it was. And I was like, hey, we're good, right? And Giannis was like, yeah. And like, that's all it was. It wasn't a meeting. It wasn't a sit down. But then the way it was asked to Giannis is like, hey, do you remember the meeting you had with Wes in June? And he's like, no, I don't recall that, because I think it was just a conversation. So I know some people are a little scared or worried about that whole process. And like, what does it mean for Giannis's relationship with the ownership and stuff like that? I did not view it as a bigger deal.
Yeah, I think having a conversation should be like an all the time thing with Giannis and ownership and management. Like, they should just always know what the pulse is for a player like Giannis. Like that's important, especially in basketball, more so than pretty much any other sport. Like, he is the superstar. You need to know exactly how he feels and what you can do to make sure that everything is running the way that he's going to be optimized to go out there and perform at his best.
Yeah. Miles Turner was great. So Miles Turner was like very affable, and he just threw out the first pitch, and he was at the Packers game earlier, and he was like talking about how he's excited. He thinks he's going to get a little more opportunity to show what he can do, but he's excited to play with, everybody talked about excited to play with Giannis and do what he has to do. But then as Miles Turner was leaving, Bobby was coming in, and Miles Turner starts going, Bobby, 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 Bobby. And it was just like a cool moment. Bobby talked a lot about being like, he can't believe he's been in the league 11 years.
Yeah.
And he still loves coming to work. He still loves, being one of those dogs and playing his role and knowing what he has to do this year. And it was like, it was just like Gary Trent. It was really interesting. He was like very soft spoken and like, hey, I just love being here and it's great. And, I want to come back. And
I can't wait to see some of those guys. There's going to be an unexpected star that's going to kind of, have to step up, because you need that unexpected third guy to just step up and just kind of be that stalwart for this team through this season. So I can't wait.
Gary
next
Trent,
week,
Kevin Porter,
Bobby, there's guys that can take that next step.
Absolutely. He's Mason Crosby. I'm Mitch Nellis, a.k.a. Thunder. Tommy Wirtz is here as well. Mason's Extra Points coming up. The Mason Crosby Show, presented by Verizon, the official 5G network of Bum 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 Ba-Dum Bum Bum. Go, Pack, go.
Nice.
What's on Mason Crosby's mind today? It's time for Extra Points, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook on the Mason Crosby Show with Mitch Nellis on 1250 AM and 105.7 FM, The Fan.
What's on my mind? Feet? Pedicures?
Whoa,
That's crazy.
Rex
crazy way to start
This is the Rex Ryan show.
I knew that would get y'all fired up. Yes. That's why I said, I love that. I did that for Tommy's face and reaction.
That was crazy.
I feel like I just snatched your soul out of your body in that moment.
Totally out of pocket.
I also gotta give a shout out to old Milwaukee personality Steve Haywood of blessed memory. We would do live shows at Summerfest. And man, all he would do is look at feet the entire time.
Can we please?
Why are we giving a shout out for that?
Because we love him. And he may have had a fetish that we didn't understand, but we love him.
I need so many salts right now.
I need so rip those salts. Yeah. That was a salt moment. That was a salt rip moment. Yep. Brought to you by Mason Crosby's Extra Points.
Nice.
Ripping salt and feet. And pedicures. Oh, man. Okay. Great Tuesday.
Yeah.
And all. Let's get serious. Sorry, Tommy just wants to be serious. Thank you, Ryan Wood, for coming on at 1 o'clock. That was awesome to have you.
Shout out your toes, Ryan.
Yeah, Giannis didn't talk about his feet, but I think he probably.
But
he's looking at him a lot out there in Greece because I'm sure I wouldn't wear shoes if I lived in Greece.
No.
I mean, ever.
I think we're more thinking about his upper respiratory health.
Yeah,
just get that, just get through that COVID and get back. Yeah, get back to Milwaukee.
Just isolate, man. We don't need you doing anything.
And that's what he's doing.
In the outside world. What's going on here?
Yeah.
So obviously bye week. I'm gonna be off tomorrow. Got a tea time in the morning. Just takes care of some things.
With anybody we know? Any name drops?
No. It's funny. One of the guys I play with, his name is Steve Young.
Oh, okay.
But not Dr.
not
Young.
that Steve Young.
Obviously,
he's
just a doctor. Yeah, he's a doctor. No, it was so funny. The first time I went to play with him, my buddy's like, "Hey, we're playing with Steve Young," and I'm down here in Nashville. And I was like, "Okay." I'm just assuming it's that Steve Young because it's like everyone lives down here. And he, and then again, he's like, "I get this every time. Everyone's really disappointed whenever they meet me. Whenever they meet me for the first time, I was like." Dude, I'm sure we'll be great golf buddies, but yes, I'm disappointed you aren't the real Steve Young.
All right, so Mace, 10 minutes away from Cubs Padres. Red Sox Yankees is at 5 today. Dodgers Reds is at 8 today. It's baseball wall to wall today and tomorrow. It's just a wonderful thing.
Locked in on baseball. We're going to see what happens. We had our brackets. We filled out some stuff. We're going to have, I think, a little competition here in our on the show. But I do have to go to the Nicolay Law fan talking text line, and Mama Tommy said Thomas's feet will make you jump back farther than any smelling salts. Mama Tommy.
I literally was defending her in the break.
You were.
This is how I get.
And this is how.
She didn't know. She didn't know.
Yeah. Thank you, Mama Tommy, for bringing us that.
That's awesome.
I just want Tommy to smile. Just smile,
I
Tommy.
smile more than anyone else here. I am the ray of freaking sunshine of this station.
All right, so back to real quick, Ryan Wood, and talking about the special teams. I want Rich running laps. I don't want the players running laps. I want Rich running laps at Lambeau today. That's what I want.
I think
because then he can take it out. Because then he can take it out on the players.
I think there's some people scared of Rich Bisaccia up there.
I hope so.
I think it's just like he's in those meetings, like he's kind of fiery. Like I know he's fighting an uphill battle though there in Green Bay, and every coordinator that I ever played for fights uphill battles to get the right guys on the field for those special teams units.
Well, clearly they need them. If there's no bigger message than Sunday night, newsflash, you lost or you tied because of special teams.
Yep, they need to get it figured out. They paid those guys to kick the ball and to snap the ball, so they need to figure it out around them to make sure that this is not going to be an Achilles heel to go through the rest of the season. It's week 4. It's bye week. Everyone take a breath.
Yep.
We're going to be all right. Let's enjoy some baseball. The Bucks are coming up, and then we'll talk to everybody. The Mason Crosby show will be on noon to 2 tomorrow.
Yep.
I will not be here with my guys, but we'll be back all together on Thursday.
Yep. Can't wait to see you on Thursday. The Mason Crosby show presented by Verizon, the official 5G network of the Green Bay Packers in the Fan Studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook.
I was you don't have to forget.
sorry.